Joining me now is comedian and host of Primetime with Alex Stein on Blaze TV. Alex, these revelations are pretty astonishing. In the aftermath of this shocking mass shooting, the mother was maligned, though it appears she had little choice but to affirm her son's transition, particularly in a state like Minnesota.
No, Rita, you're exactly right. But let's just be honest, fortifying a mental illness like gender dysphoria basically just says to Robert that Robert was born in the wrong body. And I feel like once you kind of make that diagnosis in a young person, it really is almost impossible to have an adult life without a lot of pain and struggle. And I think that's why Robert did this, is because Robert decided to change his gender, was not happy as a woman, and really felt like they had no other options. And, I was at the state legislature in Texas talking about the suicide rate being extremely high in transgenders. And it's just a sad reality when it comes to mental health. And we're not treating it by cutting off or giving hormones that affect people's puberties or cutting off their genitals. So, we really need to take a look at this. And I don't know how much blame we can put on the mother, but she's certainly not immune from criticism for sure. I just don't know if she's responsible for the death of these poor children.
Well, the killer himself wrote, gender and weed effed up my head. I wish I had never tried experimenting with either. How much responsibility does a parent have? It looks like the mother wasn't in favour of this, though it's been reported she felt pressured to affirm this transition. But if you've got a parent who's facilitating this, perhaps even encouraging it, including these irreversible treatments and, in some cases, surgeries, how much responsibility does a parent like that have?
Well, if Robert Westman was still at home and he was 16 or 17, I do think the parent would have a lot more responsibility. But the fact that he was in his 20s and this happened, I don't want to blame the parents. They're obviously going through a very difficult time. And once again, they did reinforce this mental illness, so they are partially to blame. But, nobody would probably expect a person to get a gun, go to a Catholic church and shoot a 7 and 10-year-old. I mean, that is just unthinkable. It's unfathomable. So, I mean, once again, it is partially for them to blame, but I don't know how much legal ramifications they'll face for this terrible tragedy because, Robert Westman was of age.
Now, Californian authorities have responded to President Trump's decision to revoke Kamala Harris's Secret Service detail by ordering the California Highway Patrol to protect her instead. They had American TV personality Spencer Pratt fired up. Here's what he had to say to California Governor Gavin Newsom and LA Mayor Karen Bass.
So Karen Bass at LA didn't have the money to fix all the fire engines in LA, but she has the money to provide a millionaire celebrity private citizen LAPD security details for her book tour. Please explain that to me. Why can't the publisher pay for the book tour? Why can't the millionaire pay for her private security? If we have extra money, why didn't you fix the fire engines that weren't there on January 7th when 12 senior citizens burned to death and then 7,000 houses burned down? But now we have the extra funds to pay for a private millionaire citizen's book tour? Please, Karen Bass, explain this to me. Please, Gavin Newsom, please explain to me how you guys have extra money, but you can't clear your dead brush surrounding our town, Gavin Newsom. Where's the extra money? I like to see it all because it's our taxpayer money. You must be hiding it.
He makes some excellent points there, Alex. His own home was lost in those wildfires earlier in the year. He knows how inept and unprepared California was for these fires, and yet they've got money to protect Kamala Harris, a millionaire on a book tour.
I mean, Rita, Spencer Pratt is 100% correct. And I know that he started off on the hills as a reality TV show star, but now what he is doing in California has turned him into a hero. exposing Gavin Newsom, exposing, the mayor for not filling up all the water reserves, for not having fire hydrants that work, and then exposing Kamala Harris for using taxpayer dollars for stuff that is unnecessary. So Spencer Pratt has become a hero in California. I know that people are begging him to run for office. I agree. And I know that might sound crazy, but Donald Trump was a reality TV star and now he's leading the country. So I think Spencer Pratt needs to get into politics because he is only speaking the truth and his delivery is unorthodox. And I think that's why people are resonating with it so much, like myself and, the younger generation like you are, because he's just calling balls and strikes. And we need people like that in California to try to save it.
Do you think that's possible? We're going to have Mayor Pratt or even Governor Pratt. Would he run? And is there any point running as a Republican in a state like California?
Well, I think he said that he would only run if he was backed by some billionaire. So maybe Elon Musk will join him. I mean, Elon Musk is, pretty neutral. I think that would be a great partnership and could probably propel Spencer Pratt, to win, whether it be mayor or congressman. I wouldn't be surprised because the status quo when it comes to politicians in California, they do not care about their constituents. They care more about gender and social issues.
Yeah.
So Spencer Pratt cares about putting water in the fire hydrant. So when the next fire happens, 7,000 homes don't get burned.
And the next fire is around the corner. That's what we know. Wildfires are going to happen in California. Alex Stein, thank you so much for your time tonight.